What's up, everybody? Mike Guglielmi, Sons of a Pitch, an American soccer podcast. Picks and prediction time for Week 5 of MLS action. Lots of games, a bunch of midweek games, plus the regular slate of games on Saturday and Sunday as well. Lots of soccer ahead. Thanks for jumping on and checking out this video. If you are an MLS soccer fan, hit that like button down below. Smash that like button. Please, we need your help to get this video up in the algorithm to help us out so that more people can make some money off of Sons of Pitch Soccer betting tips. All right, guys, let's get right into the games here. The first up on Wednesday night, Toronto FC hosting the Columbus Crew. Oh, wait, Columbus SC. Ah, to hell with it. They're the Crew to me. TFC comes in at plus 155. The Crew at plus 170. The Draw comes in at plus 250. When else are you going to get a chance to pick the reigning MLS Cup champions who improved in the offseason at plus 170 odds against the team that has yet to win a game in MLS play this season, and we're in Week 5? Not going to happen. My pick in this one, Columbus Crew to get the job done. Plus 170, Crew will win. That's my pick. Next up, Miami and Montreal. Inter Miami coming into this one off a draw against Atlanta last week. CF Montreal loses to their Canadian rivals Vancouver up in Utah. This one, the odds come in at minus 150 for Inter Miami, plus 475 for Montreal, and a draw comes in at plus 265. I have a very hard time deciphering between these two teams. They're both not very good so far. They both have had their moments where they look decent, and lately they haven't been looking very good. So for me, I think we'll stick with that mediocrity. Montreal, this is essentially a home game for them. Even though Miami is the home team, Montreal is now based out of that stadium. So for me, I can't go anywhere but the draw. My pick in this one is the draw at the plus 265 odds. Third game up, Philadelphia against the New England Revolution. Philadelphia coming in, don't know what you're going to get from this team. Are you going to get the team that won in the Champions League? Are you going to get the team that put a 2-0 result on one of the worst teams in the league last week? Or are you going to get the Philadelphia Union team who lost 2 games in a row in the MLS regular season? Then you've got New England Revolution, who were looking like the East's best for the first few weeks of the season. Last week, they lay an egg at Nashville 2-0. Which Revolution side are you going to get? I like my chances of New England coming back and getting that victory. My pick in this one is New England to go on the road and continue their hot form that was unfortunately derailed a little bit last week. I think they get back on track with the victory over Philly. Houston and Sporting Kansas City also on the 12th on Wednesday night. Houston comes in at plus 135, Sporting Kansas City at plus 190. A draw comes in at plus 260. Now, Houston, a lot of draws in this team's past. Just coming off back-to-back 1-1 draws in their last couple of games. Sporting Kansas City looked like losers against Austin FC until they turned it around after an Alex Ring red card for Austin, and Sporting Kansas City ended up doing a big-time comeback. This one, because the game's in Houston, if it was Sporting Kansas City, I think I'd have to go with Sporting Kansas City. But because it's in Houston, I am going to go with the draw in this game. Houston will get their 3rd draw in a row. So Houston, Sporting Kansas City, the draw is my pick in that one. All right, now to Minnesota United against Vancouver Whitecaps FC. Minnesota United minus 162 odds. Vancouver Whitecaps plus 420. And the tie coming in at plus 315. Man, Minnesota United, who's really, really struggling right now, it's going to be interesting to see if they bounce back against Vancouver after that really disheartening loss against Colorado, where they were up 2-0 and then gave away 3 goals in the second half. I really don't know. I can't go with Minnesota yet. They're really struggling right now, and until they break it, I can't go for them. Vancouver at those types of odds, especially, I can't go for Minnesota when they're minus 162. Big-time favorites like that against the team in Vancouver who just beat Montreal. who, again, you don't know what Vancouver team you're going to get. They've had different sides, good teams and bad teams, come out and play this so far this season. But Vancouver at plus 420, how can you not take those odds against a team who is in dead last in MLS? I'm going with Vancouver. That's my pick in this one. Okay, San Jose Earthquakes against the Seattle Sounders. Earthquakes coming off a huge victory because of who? Mr. Chris Wondolowski. The man just does not stop scoring. I don't even know how old he is. I think he's like 46 years old. No, really, I think he's like 38, 39, 40, something like that. But either way, the guy doesn't stop scoring. Seattle coming off a big victory in their rivalry match against Portland. And man, I don't know. This is a really tough match to predict. Both teams are very, very good. The odds in this one, San Jose plus 175, the Sounders at plus 150, and a tie at plus 250. This one is very, very hard to pick. I flirted with the draw, but you know what? My pick is Seattle at plus 150. Anytime you get a chance to pick the champs in Seattle, well, they're not the reigning champs. That's the Crew. But Seattle, with as many victories as they've had over the past few years, anytime I get a chance to get them at positive odds, I'm going with it. Seattle, my pick to beat San Jose from PayPal Park in San Jose. All right, so the last midweek game actually comes on Thursday night. DC United against the Chicago Fire. This is oh boy. Two teams that are very bad right now. DC United has not been able to get going yet since that first victory under Hernan Losada in week 1. Chicago Fire in big trouble. They have not looked good at all. The coach is on the hot seat. This one is a real hard one to pick because I don't have any faith in either one of these teams to get anything done. Looking at the odds, DC United plus 155, Chicago Fire plus 160, and the tie comes in at plus 270, and neither do the odds makers, honestly. Neither myself or the odds makers can really decipher which team's going to pull this off because they're just so bad that they're both big-time dogs in their own matchup. And with this one, I look at the tie, but for me, I'm going DC United. And the reason why is because DC, in their last loss against the Crew in Columbus, they had 2 own goals. Now, if they fix those own goal issues, I think they can beat Chicago. I think they fix those own goal issues. You're not giving up own goals 2 weeks in a row, and I think they will be able to beat the Chicago Fire in the midweek matchup. All right, now, guys, check out that join button down below. We've got a join option here on Sons of a Pitch Soccer Podcast here on YouTube. Join the best YouTube, MLS, and CONCACAF community out there. We've got different levels, $1.99 a month for the starter level. Get your name on the scroll down below as well. You can get for live stream reactions as well as podcast episodes. Also, get yourself your custom emojis as well as a loyalty badge. The designated player level comes in at $4.99 a month. You get all the starter perks, plus you get members-only live stream reactions. You get your name in the description and discounted merchandise. And then for you sports bettors, which I am sure we have a lot of here watching this one for picks and predictions, get the all-star level at $9.99 a month. This one, you're going to get a video, all the perks that come in the designated player level and starter level, plus 1 video per week, giving you all of my picks for each game over-under, as well as each game 1 prop bet. On top of that, I'll throw in my 3-team parlay as well. Last week was a winner. I got the 3-team parlay correct with Philadelphia, Columbus, and Seattle, as you can see here on the screen. Plus over 1,113 odds to win $111 on a $10 bet. If you want to make some money, join our All-Star membership today. Guys, we will see you there, and I'll be getting that video out probably in the next few hours after I get this one out. All right, so enough of that. Let's get into our Saturday matchups. New York City FC hosting Toronto FC. Here is the struggles for Toronto FC. Will they continue? Will they stop? New York City at home comes in at minus 177 odds. Toronto FC at plus 460. And the tie comes in at plus 330. This one is very easy for me. It's New York City at home. They'll get it done. TFC is a tire fire right now. They can't figure out how to play soccer. Josie Altidore doesn't want to play. He's either hurt, he's not feeling good, he doesn't want to play, he's going to sit out for personal issues. Whatever the case may be, Josie doesn't show up. Will he be back by then? Maybe, maybe not. He might have a new injury by then. We don't know. Alejandro Pozuelo, the club will not say a word about if Pozuelo is coming back. When he's coming back, could be ready soon. He's close. He could be back by Wednesday, could be back by Saturday, could be back in 2 weeks. We don't know. Nobody knows. New York City, easy pick in this one to get it done at minus 177 odds over New York City. LA Galaxy and Austin FC. This one, there's no odds out yet for this one. But instead of waiting until later on in the week to put out this video, I'll just give you my idea on how this game's going to go, regardless of the odds. Look, I've been riding the train with Austin. I think they're a good team. They're doing well for an expansion side so far. Now, Austin going up against LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy is looking good. They beat LAFC in the El Tráfico last week. Austin, I was riding the train until they lost. Well, they lost. Unfortunately, albeit in not necessarily your regular fashion of losing a game straight up, they had a red card. Alexander Ring goes out, and he'll be suspended for this one. My pick in this one, LA Galaxy to get it done. Again, no odds in this one yet, but my pick, LA Galaxy to continue their hot form and beat Austin FC. All right, so now moving down the list here, we've got Atlanta United hosting CF Montreal. Atlanta United coming in at a minus 143 odds, CF Montreal at plus 375, and the draw at plus 300. This one is not as, I wouldn't put as big of a disparity in the odds as some are for this one, including the odds makers. For this one, Montreal is not as bad as we expected. They are still doing better than what they were expected to do. Atlanta is continuing to get better and better. They're coming off the 1-1 draw against Miami. The good news out of that one, though, Joseph Martinez is back on the score sheet. First goal back since his bad injury, knee injury. So for this one, my pick, Atlanta United to get the job done at home. If this game was on the road or, well, basically a neutral site on the road, I might look at looking towards the draw because I don't think Atlanta is quite there yet. They're getting close. They're almost at form, but for me, I'm going Atlanta in this one at home at the Benz to get the full 3 points at your minus 143 odds. Okay, Philadelphia and the Red Bulls of New York. Both teams coming off victories last week. You've got Philadelphia Union at minus 114, New York Red Bulls at plus 300, and the draw at plus 275. Philadelphia, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the midweek, and that's the only thing that I hate about these midweek games is doing these picks and predictions videos all as one, is that sometimes you miss out on that result of the midweek game before you make your picks here for the weekend. So this one with the Red Bulls, I know them coming off that 2-0 victory over Toronto FC. They handled them. It was easy, no problem. Red Bulls are really playing decent right now. Not great, but good. Now, Philadelphia, what are we going to get from them? At minus 114 and the Red Bulls at plus 300, I really was flirting with the draw on this one, but I got to go with Philadelphia at home to get the victory. Philly gets it done over the Red Bulls. My pick, dupe. Minnesota United against FC Dallas. Minnesota United comes in at plus 125. FC Dallas at plus 210 and a tie at 260. Again, I said it earlier in the show, and again, this may change because we don't know the results of the midweek games yet because I'm recording this on May 11th on Tuesday morning, actually. Minnesota United, until they prove to me that they can get things done, until they prove to me that they can win a game and get on the board, I can't go for them. So my pick in this one, FC Dallas to get the victory over Minnesota, just because Minnesota is struggling right now. Dallas, coming off the draw in the Texas Derby, they did beat Portland in that midweek, because Portland had a midweek matchup down in Dallas. I'm going Dallas to get the victory. Colorado and Houston. This one, Colorado comes in at minus 112 odds. Houston Dynamo at plus 270 and plus 295 for the draw. This game, very even matchup. Colorado and Houston both kind of sit in that same spot, fighting for a playoff spot. They're not gonna be a top team in the West. They're probably not going to be a bottom dweller in the West either. So for this one, I have a hard time breaking between the two, but Colorado at home has been playing decent lately. My pick in this one, Colorado at home to get the victory over the visiting Houston Dynamo. Real Salt Lake and Nashville. RSL comes in at plus 145. Nashville at plus 200. Draw comes in at plus 230. Now, for Real Salt Lake, this team coming off a heartbreaking loss to San Jose. Nashville coming off a 2-0 win over the Eastern Conference rival New England Revolution. Nashville, can they do it again on the road against RSL? It's going to be tough. RSL at home does play well. I think with that mental lapse of Chris Wondolowski not being there, I've got RSL to get the victory done. My pick, RSL to win at home over Nashville SC, another team you just don't know what you're going to get from on a week-to-week basis. San Jose and Portland, this one, the Earthquakes, just spoke of the Earthquakes playing Real Salt Lake. They come in at plus 135 at home against Portland Timbers, the visiting team, at plus 185. The draw is plus 265. Portland is going to be wanting to rebound big time after losing into the Champions League and then losing at home to their rivals, Seattle. San Jose riding high, but I've got to go with the draw in this one. I think Portland will put up a very good result on the road against the Earthquakes. My pick is the draw at plus 265 in that matchup. All right, guys, 5 matchups to go. If you have not hit that like button yet, hit that like button. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it. Turn that notification bell on so you don't miss any of our awesome American soccer content, whether we go live for podcast episodes, picks and predictions, all of our live stream reaction games. Make sure you hit that bell so you know when we go live. All right, Sporting Kansas City and Vancouver. SKC comes in at minus 278. Vancouver at plus 750. And the draw comes in at plus 410. The odds makers have zero faith in Vancouver. Either do I, unfortunately. Sporting Kansas City at home. Vancouver's not going to pull that off. My pick, minus 278. Sporting Kansas City to get the victory over the Whitecaps. Not great odds, but I like my chances there with Sporting Kansas City getting the victory. Cincinnati and Inter Miami. TQL Stadium is going to be opened. The first game in the brand new stadium for FC Cincinnati. Could this be the turnaround for that club? A team that has just constantly struggled year after year since they've come into the league. Playing against an Inter Miami team who you just don't know what you're going to be getting. And you know what? I'm going with it. I'm going a little crazy. I'm going out on a limb. Cincinnati to get the victory at home. Ride that momentum of having a home crowd in TQL Stadium. My pick, Cincinnati to get the victory. New England Revolution and the Columbus Crew. A rematch of your Eastern Conference Finals from last season. The odds in this one, minus 106 for the Revs. The Crew come in at plus 285 and the draw at plus 260. This one, to me, I can't decipher between the two teams. I am going with the draw in this one. My pick is a draw. Columbus, we don't know what we're going to see in the midweek against TFC, even though I'm expecting them to win. The Revs, can they bounce back from their loss at Nashville? We'll see. I see the draw in this one, though, at Gillette Stadium. Draw at plus 260 odds. All right, DC United against Orlando City. DC United comes in at plus 210. Orlando City at plus 125. The tie at plus 260. Orlando City, a much better team than DC United, albeit on the road. I'll take Orlando. My pick, Orlando City at plus 125. Anytime I get positive playing against one of the worst teams in the league, I'm taking it. Orlando plus 125 is my pick. All right, game of the week here in Major League Soccer, Sunday night at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Seattle Sounders against LAFC. A game that we will be live for here on Sons of a Pitch, an American Soccer podcast. So make sure you join us for that one. Should be a great game. Seattle Sounders come in at plus 135, LAFC at plus 215, and the tie at plus 230. If I was guaranteed to have Carlos Vela back in this one, I might look at LAFC at plus 215. But because I'm not, because I don't know what's going on with that situation as of yet, and we're still about 6 days away from that game, or five plus days away from that game, I'm going with Seattle to get it done at home. Plus 135, Seattle is my pick to get it done. All right, guys, that is enough. I need a break. I need to go get a little oxygen, and thanks for joining. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We will see you on the next episode of Sons of a Pitch, an American Soccer Podcast, whether we are live Wednesday night for the Columbus Crew and Toronto FC, or on Sunday night for LAFC and the Sounders. We'll see you guys then. Thanks for joining, everybody. Good luck with your bets, and don't forget to join Sons of a Pitch membership options. Get that all-star option so that you can make some more money and hit on that parlay, my parlay pick that I'll be putting out this week. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.